Hey guys and gals, this is Sinagero, and the Winter Showdown has started. Everyone gets 3 new tanks, the Mammoth, the Polar Bear, and the Arctic Fox. So one of the new features is the ability to fire healing/repairing rounds from each of the new vehicles, and they cost 400 credits each or 1 gold. However, the amount healed is different for each vehicle. So right now the Arctic Fox is the most cost efficient at healing. Let's take a closer look at the Mammoth. It resembles a T110E5. I should mention that the armor in all the new vehicles will not bounce any shots. I haven't gotten tracked in any of the games I've played. However, I have absorbed shots with my tracks and also had my shots absorbed by an enemy's tracks. So you can get some 0 damage there. Now, the Mammoth has 5,000 hit points with a top speed of 60 kilometers per hour, and it has a 3-shot cannon. That's this guy here. It's just the Mammoth cannon, and it deals an average of 200 damage with an average penetration of 1,000 millimeters. So that's great. You won't be bouncing anything. Around 4.2 seconds to reload the cannon, so that's not too bad. The shells it fires are sort of like snowballs. So they are slow and get lobbed over to the target, so if you time it correctly, you can avoid some damage. The healing shells for the Mammoth heal an average of 80 damage, so not so good. Now, the Polar Bear, resembling the AMX-50 Foch with 2,500 hit points and a top speed of 50 kilometers per hour. Its beast of a cannon reloads in around 4.7 seconds with 1,000 millimeters of penetration and 1,000 average damage, so that's actually quite nice, 5-shotting one Mammoth tank, which has 5,000 hit points. It is capable of also hitting an Arctic Fox. And another Polar Bear, well, if you got some friends with you, you can take it out in 2 shots as well, as long as somebody else puts 1 or 2 shots into the enemy vehicle. Now this is, if you stick together, these things do really well, because if you've got an enemy running single file at you, you basically destroy them one at a time, and that's the end of it. The healing rounds is 200 hit points, so the same as the Arctic Fox. So this little guy, resembling the T50-2, it has 1,500 hit points with a top speed of 70 kilometers per hour. The cannon has the same average penetration of 1,000 millimeters right here, and an average damage of 200, so the same as the Mammoth. However, rate of fire, it reloads in approximately 1.7 seconds with a rate of fire of 30 rounds per minute, so that's actually really good, which makes this thing, having a better rate of fire than the Polar Bear, the better healer of the 2 tanks. So there are some missions associated with the... Okay, yeah, there we go. Some missions associated with the Winter Showdown, so the Winter Battles. If you deal at least 500 damage in a game 25 times, you will receive 25,000 crew experience, 25,000 regular experience. I think that might actually be free experience, and 250,000 credits. And you can complete this particular mission a total of 5 times. Next one, you've got Winter Sniper, 3,300 damage with the Polar Bear. If you do that amount of damage in one game, you receive 1,500 crew experience, 1,500 regular experience for that tank, and 10,000 credits. Winter Heavyweight, it's gone down to 2,500 damage, and then the same crew experience, regular experience, and credits. Winter Light, even lower at 1,700 damage in a game. You don't even have to win. Now, of course, you've got the Winter Platoons. If you deal a minimum of 15,000 damage, I'm assuming this is total for your platoon, then you get 2,500 crew experience, 2,500 regular experience, and 20,000 credits. And this can also, well, these 4, the last 4 that I mentioned, can be completed an unlimited amount of time, so you can cash in a lot of credits. And I suppose if you have a lot of gold to convert your experience that you receive on each tank, then you get a lot of free experience as well. Otherwise, you should probably accelerate your crew training. They should work out well. You do receive 100% crews with this, and I believe you're supposed to be able to keep them, and you can retrain them into Well, the Arctic Fox is a Russian vehicle, the polar bear is French, and the mammoth is American. So if you've got French tank destroyer, Russian light tank, and an American heavy tank, then you should be good to go. Otherwise, you can also retrain your crews to these vehicles and then get some boosted experience that way. So let's get into some games. Let's start off with the Arctic Fox. We can see on the minimap it says New Year's 2015 from Wargaming, so that's kind of nice. And these orange brownish blocks can be shot through. The silver ones are basically metal, you can't shoot through that. Here we go, we've got some targets, and you can see the travel time of each of these snowballs is quite long, so sniping from a faraway distance is not ideal. Eventually I'll start taking some hits. Soon. There we go, I'm taking some hits now. Oh, back off. And let's show off some of these healing rounds. Here we go. Let's fire one into there. And if you do find yourself seeing these hit markers, it could be your teammate trying to heal you. So they're not actually trying to shoot you and do damage to you. They're probably healing you, which is a little confusing at first. You might think you were surrounded, but it's just your team trying to heal you. Let's see, anything, get a shot on that guy. Well, he's just moved, so I won't be getting a shot on that guy. And away we go. This thing's good acceleration, excellent acceleration in fact. Definitely good maneuverability, but you don't really think about these things in this mode. It's just a fun mode where you can have some fun. Here we go, let's try to keep this mammoth healthy. Unfortunately, there's a polar bear there, and it'll take off huge chunks of health before I can heal it up all the way. Let's see if we can put some damage on these guys. There we go, get some hits in. Oh, he's in, he's down. Can I keep healing him? I don't think he'll survive. Yeah, he's just gone down. Let's get out of there. There's a polar bear aiming its cannon at me. And it's retreated. So the rest of the team have come back. Here we go. And that sound you're hearing is the enemy cap going up. So in case you were wondering what that meant, somebody from the enemy team is on the capture circle. Let's see if we can help out this polar bear. It can't take one shot from another polar bear, but there isn't one. Here we go. Let's put in a few more shots. Uh-oh. There we go. Yeah, not much missing unless they're really far away. One more shot. There we go. Polar bear takes him out. And that's the end of this game. Let's get into the second one, which is in the mammoth tank. So this is not as maneuverable as the Arctic Fox. Engine noise, it's starting to... Well, I remember this noise from one of the older games that I used to play. Don't remember what the game was called, but it involved tanks. Alright. Let's just stick together. Let's... And... okay, nothing's been spotted on this side just yet. They could be just around the corner, of course, which is a very bad thing for me. So let's... okay, there they are. 2 polar bears, so that's not good. I'm not going to get shot at. I'm not going to try to get shot at by them, so let's dig out a little bit more of this wall. Hopefully I can get some shots in. Come on, reload the gun. There we go. And I basically just dug out this and they're all running away now. There we go. Let's get some damage in. Or not. So there's the tracks eating the damage right there. And, well, we got a bunch of people on cap. 3+, so let's see if we can dig our way through. Let's pay special attention to what's on my left. Right there, that bit is water. Don't drive into there. I don't think there's a way to get out. Yeah, right. And the Mammoth tank is actually pretty... Oh, well, there you go. The Arctic Fox just went into the water. And what I was saying was that the Mammoth tank is great for close range combat as long as you've got a few friends to help you out once you are on reload. We're most likely going to cap this out. Oh. Continue firing. And there I just managed to squeak out that 2,500 damage. And now we're on to the polar bear. This thing has an enormous cannon. You only really have to hit 3 of your shots for full damage most of the time to reach that 3,300 minimum to get the extra crew experience, regular experience, and credits. So this thing is actually pretty fast in a straight line. And these are right in front of me. These are some bushes you can drive through. They actually do provide camouflage. However, it's not likely that opposing teams will meet in the bushes. I haven't seen that happen, but it can, so just watch out for it. You might not be able to spot whatever is on the other side. Here we go. Let's take out the polar bear first. One shot there. Oh, okay, he's gone. And now for the mammoth tank, which is pretty much the experience sponge right now. They have so much health, you can get away with doing so much damage to it. And dealing that amount of damage that is required of you. Of course, I should mention that doing all this damage gives you actually a pretty good WN8 rating. So if you want to boost that up a little bit, you can with these Winter Showdown vehicles. Click on the bit link in the description below for more information on the Winter Showdown, and it'll also help me out a lot if you do. So thanks for that in advance. Right now, this is just the post-battle results screens for all the battles I've done. Well, just take a look at those. You don't really have to look at them, but that's what I've done. And this is actually a pretty fun mode. I like it. I will try out platoon mode after this, assuming my friends are online, but right now none of them are online, and I just got in a few quick games. It was really fun, and I'll be playing it a little bit more. I do like getting the missions done. Thanks for watching. Please press that like button and leave some comments. I'll see you in future videos.